we have a massive problem. Our goal of trading from a 40k Gretchen all the way up to a full Space Marine chapter have gone from improbable to impossible. But after today, we hope to have solved what has turned out to be the largest kept secret in Games Workshop history. We've received a pretty cool trade.
None of that boring ass blue and gold like the original.
We need to do some real freaking deciphering to figure out I might have done something stupid again. Our trades are well on the way, and we've already amassed ridiculous amounts of Warhammer miniatures. But our goal is not to amass just any random Warhammer. The goal is to paint up an entire Space Marine chapter and auction that for charity, namely a Dark Angels chapter. So, where to start? In the last episode of the trade series, we ended up with Ultramarines, some of that's been kept, and Lucas have already started painting them into Dark Angels. Others that we put up for a trade. The mystery box packed with old skeletons and old Ultramarines. A Nighthaunt army, and lastly a box of Dark Angels on the way all the way from New Zealand, which in the last video hadn't arrived yet. However, there is a problem. Because for 40 years, Games Workshop have kept a secret. There's dozens of Facebook threads, Reddit threads, and the Daka forum posts, all trying to figure out this one thing. There is nowhere, literally zero places in the Warhammer lore where Games Workshop actually lets you know how many miniatures are in a Dark Angels chapter. And as you guys know, we've already started painting a Dark Angels chapter, but we don't actually know what we need to paint and how much of it. For almost every other chapter, they've made all this information public. This one, it's been literally 40 years. So in this video, we're gonna do our very best to find all the little lore bits talking about the Dark Angels chapter. As we continue our trade series, maybe paint up some incredibly beautiful miniatures to add to our trade, to put out more minis for trades, and hopefully by the end of the video, have even more minis to get us to our end goal. Let's do this. Okay, everybody, the first package has arrived. Let's open it up. So this beautiful lot we managed to snag and trade for all of the retro undead stuff from the 90s that we had gotten in last week's video. But about the main problem about this video. How in the world do we actually figure out what's in a Dark Angels chapter? Because most Space Marine chapters, they focus on different things, so every chapter has different units. But most of them follow Roboute Guilliman's Codex Astartes and do their own kind of take on that. But the Dark Angels, being the very special guys that they are, refuse to follow anything that Roboute Guilliman tells them to do. They have problems with deep paranoia, secrecy, and an overwhelming obsession with their past. Because of this, they've always kept their numbers secret, and so has Games Workshop for 40 years. On top of that, to make things even more complicated, the Dark Angels' big boss, Lion the L to the Johnson, has decided to accept some of the traitorous Dark Angels, known as the Fallen, now as risen into his ranks, making the numbers, well, nearly impossible to figure out. So, with all of that, we need to do some real freaking deciphering to figure out what do we actually need to trade for to make this series happen. Then, of course, what we need to paint. But first, this massive lot contains freaking Eldar, Dwarves, Siege, Space Marines, Space Wolves. So I'm gonna sort everything out that we are gonna put out for trade, the stuff that we're gonna keep. Then we can continue with this discussion and actually figure out what do we need. But yeah, Space Marines first, and then we put the rest up for trade.
People, we already have a trade open for the Armiger and it should be on its way. So fingers crossed. Shoo!
Okay, we've received a pretty cool trade. You guys remember the modern Ultramarines that we had in the last trade video? We've received an offer for a massive Eldar lot. There's one problem though. He wants Lucas to paint Guilliman, and I know he freaking hates Guilliman. And he wants me to paint Tigurius. I don't know how to break the news for Lucas. He's not gonna be happy, but I'm gonna have to tell him it's for the greater good, because we're getting a really nice lot. So I'm just gonna have to, I don't know, pray for me, guys. I'm not sure I'll make it out alive this time. Lucas, I have some bad news for you. We've got a really awesome trade, but they've asked us to paint some minis, and they want you to paint Roboute Guilliman.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear this.
I'm gonna paint Tigurius. I have the story for him, but you can do it.
Making me suffer like this. If you don't like this video, it's I really want to do a unique as Guilliman. None of that boring ass blue and gold like the original. I'm gonna go full on freaking NMM gold. And I'm gonna do it using a brand new technique that I've discovered. And there's two ways to do it. Either you use Gorgranta Fur, the contrast paint, over a zenithally highlighted miniature, or you do what I'm doing and follow the steps only using paints from the Squidmar Vallejo paint sets. So we're starting out by mixing these colors: Skin Ink, Sepia Ink, Dark Flesh Tone, Seraph Red, and some Flow Improver. Then highlighting the miniature using various mixes of Parasite Brown, Sun Yellow, and Ice Yellow. Focusing highlights on all of the main focal areas. Going brighter and brighter for every step of highlight we add. And in all of the areas facing the flaming sword, we include some hot orange to the mix. Peeps! The mini is freaking done, which means it's finally time for grand reveal. Grand reveal!
It is now time for me to paint Mr. Tigerman, and while I do, let's talk about this week's sponsor, Into the AM. If you've watched one Squidmar video before, I guarantee you've seen Into the AM wear. Into the AM has been a sponsor of this channel for almost 4 years now, I think. Gosh, it's been a long time. And Lucas and I, we've been loving them ever since. And honestly, it feels like a luxury to be sponsored by a brand that you actually like. And I mean, guys, just look at any of these clips that they're gonna add from previous videos where they show us wearing the shirts. And there are three main reasons why I absolutely love Into the AM. Number one, their shirts fit perfectly. I'm a 6'5" guy, and literally the best fitting shirts I've ever worn. They never show my belly, they never show my butt when I bend over to pick something up. Number two, they make some of the internet's best graphic shirts. And personally, I've absolutely fallen in love the last couple of years with more simpler designs. So you have a small print in the front and a bigger one in the back. but also their everyday wear, like this awesome looking black sweatshirt that every time it's washed, it's the first thing that I pick from my wardrobe just because it fits so well and it really fits my style right now. The third reason, well, Into the AM is always running different campaigns. So it's worth every month to go and check out if there's something new on sale that you want to pick up. Currently there's stuff with up to 60% off. And even better yet, if you follow our link down in the video description, you get an additional 10% off your entire purchase. So if you want to dress well, look good, then you should definitely check out Into the AM and their awesome wear. You are not gonna regret it. Now, let's get back to Grand Figurious Reveal.
And my dudes, just look at the freaking trade we got. What a massive freaking loot. Now it's just time to take some photos and post it in the Facebook group and see what we can get next.
So I don't know if you guys remember, but in the last video, we had a lot of old Space Marines, like the super old Firstborn stuff. We just received a trade for that. This is supposed to be a full box packed with Horus Heresy Imperial Fist stuff. So I'm kind of excited to see if there's something we can use here or if we need to trade all of this for other Space Marines. But while we see what's in here, let's talk a little bit more about the Dark Angels. As you guys know, every Space Marine faction, Imperial Fist, Ultramarines, Dark Angels, all of them, they are a Space Marine chapter. And under each chapter, there is 10 companies. At least that's what they're supposed to have. So with the Dark Angels, we're gonna assume that that's what they have. And the first two companies, the Deathwing and the Ravenwing, they are sort of like the cream of the crop of the Dark Angels. And while there are hints of what is in these companies, there is no like definitive answer because as you guys already know by now, the Dark Angels, they tend to report false numbers. So it could be, you know, 50% true or 80% true. But from reading codexes, checking old photos, reading old magazines, old illustrations, there is at least a little bit of information that we can confirm. So let's get some of that information, what we actually know, on the screen now, so you can kind of see the first two companies at least, like the elite companies. After these two first, we also have the third to the fifth company, which are more like regular battle companies. Furthermore, we have the sixth to the ninth company, which is the reserve companies, and then the 10th company, which is the scout company. It's getting advanced, I know, I barely can keep up with this information. This is where the newly trained Marines are inducted before they kind of work their way up to the first company, if they ever get there. Probably not, but you get the point. So in the old photos that we've consumed, been able to find on the internet, and after reading pretty much every single thread on Reddit, Facebook, Daka, you name it, this have been the thing that we've been trying to kind of figure out. But there's also another problem to add to this. Right now, what you've been seeing me pack up is Firstborn Marines, and Games Workshop in Warhammer 40k are kind of trying to get rid of these and replace them with Primaries, which I guess it makes sense because they fit more with the current scale they're working with. So we've taken a little bit of freedom and we're thinking all the like regular Firstborn Marines that we have in these lists that we've been able to decipher, we'll replace them with Primaries. It just makes more sense, especially considering where the game is going. Like you don't want to have all Firstborn Marines, you want people to be able to play with the army, right? And I think also this will make the army probably more interesting for people who enter the charity auction, because this means that they will be able to play with modern minis instead of like the 35 to 40-year-old Firstborn Marines. They're just better looking and cooler. But all in all, I've kind of added all the total information that we actually know for sure and have been able to confirm. There's 1,227 that we can confirm miniatures that we're gonna have to paint for this auction. Every single drop pod, spaceship, and tank.
That still only counts as one!
And there's like hundreds of the big stuff. But on top of these 1,227, there's also the stuff that we don't know about. There's the neophytes, the company veterans. That could be anywhere from 1 to 50 per company of that. And on top of that, we have the entire space fleet, so meaning drop pods. That should be a couple. There's the Thunderhawk gunships. We actually know that those are 31. Are we gonna be able to find 31 Thunderhawk gunships for this project? I don't think so. So we're gonna take some liberties, especially with the neophytes and with the company veterans. And then with the Thunderhawk gunships, instead of having 31 of them, we'll aim for 3 to 5. So if any one of you guys have a Thunderhawk gunship, it would be awesome if you'd like go to Facebook, send us a DM and be like, hey, I'm willing to trade my Thunderhawk gunship for whatever. And we'll try to find something that you are looking for to trade for that. Unfortunately, I don't think there's much of this that we can keep. I think the Land Raider, I think we can use that. But other than that, I think most of this is gonna have to go for trade. So let's take some photos and get cracking again. Okay, I might have done something stupid again. And it seems like Lucas hits like the short end of the straw every time. But if we take a flashback, so last video we traded some Dark Angels that's coming from New Zealand. We still haven't received it, but there was another dude who saw that we're getting that trade. He was like, if you guys paint up Lionel Johnson, I will give you, read this, 1 Primaris Repulsor Executional, 10 Hellblasters, 1 old box of Space Marines Command Squads in metal, Necron half of 9th edition, Khorne Blood Bowl team, and let me add this Forge World, the Dark Angel Dreadnought, and the 2 Christmas minis, and another Lionel Johnson. So now we're trading a Lionel Johnson for another Lionel Johnson and a bunch of other stuff, which is kind of amazing. We still haven't, like, the shipping has taken more than a month and we haven't received the Lion, but I guess we're gonna have to break the news for Lucas that he's gonna have to paint one now. And we'll see how he takes that.
No!
Yes.
But if I'm painting it now, then you will have to paint the one for the final army.
I can agree to that. I do the one for the charity project.
And I'm not gonna do it now. It's for like the next video or something.
Yeah. I think, yeah, if you finish it for the beginning of next video.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as long as you fucking paint the one for the big army.
Yeah, I will not do it.
Yeah, I heard that, you little bitch.
You'll have to do it.
Okay, people, there's like 100 billion gazillion trades going on at the same time right now. And my brain, as you hear, it's getting fried. But thankfully, Marcus has set up an Excel sheet to track all of the trades and make sure that we don't fuck up. I'm honestly really happy about all of the love and support you guys are giving in this project. The fact that you want to be engaged and you're excited to help out, it truly means a lot. We've managed to trade this massive lot of Space Marines, but we still have about like 1,000 minis that we still need, and that's not including the tanks and gunships and stuff. But luckily, we are all here for that journey. And if you like these videos, please make sure to give this a thumbs up, like a Rooney. That really helps spread this to a lot of more people. And also subscribe to the channel. We have our goal, we want to reach 1 million subscribers, and only you guys can make that possible. And speaking of people making this possible, a massive thanks to this week's sponsor, Into the AM. Just check them out, look as good as we do, awesome shirts, link in the video description. And lastly, a massive thanks to our amazing patrons. Without you guys, we literally couldn't do any of this, especially these top donors. You guys are the best. With that said, have a great day.